Here's a 4-ingredient meal that I discovered last year, and it's so delicious and easy to make. All you need is elbow pasta, fresh spinach, some tomatoes, and cheese. Here is the cheese that I'll be using. I prefer this blend because it does have mozzarella and is an excellent melting cheese. I'll be making this in the microwave for those viewers who have requested more microwave meals, but obviously if you want, you can cook this on top of the stove. I've never made pasta in the microwave before, so this will be a learning experience. I just realized this will swell up, so I should probably start with a smaller amount of macaroni. I'll start by covering it with water and adding a little salt, and I'm using a mini teaspoon here, so I think that salt is subjective. You're just going to have to add whatever you think will be right for you, but you do want to make sure to add the salt in with the water so that it gets into the pasta. If you don't add enough salt, it's going to taste bland. I think for lots of people, these kinds of cherry tomatoes work perfectly because they don't have to be refrigerated, and obviously you can just pick a few out at a time. But I realized when I was making this how delicious tomatoes would be with it. I think that the acidity will really help. But I started taking the macaroni out at 1-minute intervals and stirring it so that the macaroni wouldn't clump together. And then I'm just going to go ahead and quarter these tomatoes and add these in during the last 2 minutes because I don't want them to turn to smithereens, but at the same time, I want them to be cooked. And I think that this will be really nice along with the cheese. Total cooking time for this was 7 minutes in my microwave to get a nice tender pasta. However, since microwaves do vary, you'll have to test this out on your own. I added spinach for the last minute of cooking. I love using fresh spinach with pasta. It just feels so luxurious. I like the texture so much better than frozen spinach, and I prefer it best when it's just slightly wilted. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a taste test before adding the cheese. Wow, this tastes great even without the cheese. So if you're vegan, this would be a great recipe for you, or you can try topping it with vegan cheese. I also think mushrooms would be amazing in this dish. Look at how amazing this cheese is. It's perfect, and we only used a small amount. In the past, I've found myself adding more and more cheese to a dish to try to obtain a certain kind of gooey texture, when in actuality, I was just using the wrong kind of cheese. And with the cost of cheese these days, I definitely don't want to be using more than I need to. This was so delicious and satisfying. I couldn't stop with just one bowl. I ended up making myself another serving. It was just that good. If you wanted to bulk this up even more, you could add some kielbasa or andouille sausage. Make sure that you fully brown it though before adding it to this dish. You might also want to increase the amount of tomatoes to kind of balance out the richness of the sausage. This would also be good with a vegan sausage. I feel like the options for customizing this dish are endless. I think this is a great simple meal to make when you want to throw dinner together quickly, and who doesn't love a big bowl of pasta? Thanks so much for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one.